This is Ebube Olivia Akueme, and I'm coming to you live from Kent in the UK. How are you today? I hope you're well and you are good and you're having a very good day. I am having a good day, and the weather is nice. At least the sun came out quite this evening. Yesterday was very heavy with rain, but today has been good. Work has been good, everything has been good. So yeah, here we are on another Wednesday at 6 p.m. So today's topic is about using your three helpers, and I'm going to tell you what the three helpers are. But before I get into that, something came to my mind, and I just said I was going to share that with yourself, and that is giving yourself courage or encouraging yourself. One of the things that I've noticed sometimes is that we can feel down. We can feel that, we are not, maybe we're on the right track, but sometimes we feel that we're not on the right track, or we feel not encouraged. And I just want to send out a word of encouragement to yourself, to say, keeping on. Keeping on is one of my strong words for 2021, and it's going to be for a while or a long time. So I'm asking you to keep up the good work and keeping on, and to learn how to encourage yourself even when you feel that you're not getting any kind of encouragement from any source. Learn how to encourage yourself, learn how to stay on track, and learn how to give yourself a pat on the back and keep going in the good things that you're doing. So if you're just tuning in, I hope you're well and you're good and you're having a lovely Wednesday evening. I am, and today I'm going to be talking about using your three helpers. And the reason why I'm repeating this today is because I did this particular topic exactly 2 years ago. That was in 2019 September. In fact, it was the first ever Facebook Live that I did when I talked about using your three helpers. And the three helpers are, the first one has to do with please. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about using your three helpers in any of your relationships. Now, one of the biggest challenges that we have today is the way and manner in which we communicate in our relationships. People sometimes forget that they're dealing with human beings, they're dealing with people that have emotions. And so when you forget to use these three helpers that I'm going to be sharing with you, sometimes it becomes, one of the main or major sources of what I would call a breakdown in any relationship. Okay, so when I talk about relationship in this context, it can be, between married couples. It can be father to children, or parents to children. It can be between friends or work colleagues or business associates, or what have yous. But is to remember that our relationships are gifts. They are gifts in our lives, and the way we treat them would then depend on how we go from there. It would depend on, the quality of your life as well. The quality of your life predominantly, or to a large extent, is also the quality of your relationships. So the three helpers that I want to be introducing to you today, the first one has to do with your use of the word please. Now, some of us don't know how to use the word please. We don't know how to, kind of like ask for that favor or help. Basically, we always demand and command people, especially if we're one of the kind of, if we're someone that has been brought up in that kind of environment. And I'm saying that, it's one thing that if you forget how to use your word please, you might be finding some of your relationships a little bit challenging, or sometimes quite challenging as well. So learn how to use the word please. Learn how to use that word please very often. If you're asking somebody for a favor, don't command, don't demand of people, but learn how to use the word please. And of course, my number two helper in your relationship is actually using the word thank you. Thank you follows up from please, because most times when people do things for you, whether you've asked them to do it or they've done it out of their own free will or volition, it's then left to you to follow up with thank you. Now, this reminds me of the story in the Bible, which is a very popular story, where Jesus was walking by, okay, and the Lord saw 10 people that had this leprosy disease, basically. He cured, the word is cured. He cured the 10 of them. But guess what? Only one person came back to say thank you. And he asked the question, he said, did I not cure 10 people? How come it's only one that came back out of the 10? So how do you feel? And this is just a question I want you to answer. You don't have to you know, I mean, you can type in the comments if you want to, if you choose to. But how would you feel if you did things for people? If you go about doing nice things for people and they never tell you thank you? It just shows a lack of gratitude. It shows a lack of them recognizing the fact that you had made their life easier or better at that particular point in time. So it's very, very important that not only do we learn how to use the word please and learn how to ask people for help and favors, but also we have to learn how to say thank you as well. Thank you is a sign of gratitude, and is a sign of not taking people for granted. And of course, I will tell you that one of the things that causes breakdowns basically in relationships is when people feel that they are being taken for granted. They feel that the other person is taking them for granted, taking them whatever, and not necessarily giving them their due gratitude. So gratitude is very, very important. And also, when we show gratitude through the word thank you to people, is that we encourage them to do more for us next time. So do not forget that the word thank you goes a very, 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 very long way. It's not just one of those words. Don't take people for granted. Always learn how to use the word thank you. Now, my third helper. This is my third helper. So I've mentioned two helpers. The first is please, and the second has to do with thank you. The third one I feel is the biggest one, and it's the biggest one because this has to do with your ego. It has to do with everything that is within you, and some people truly struggle with this in their relationships, and it is learning how to use the words I am sorry. Using the words I am sorry, especially when you know that you have done something wrong, you know that you have stepped on toes that you shouldn't have stepped on, or you have said the wrong thing, or you have done whatever you shouldn't have done, or maybe you have not done what you should be doing. And some people just struggle. They just struggle with voicing out those words, I am sorry. But it's one of the things that we have to learn in all of our relationships, whether you're a parent, whether you're a lover, whether you're a boyfriend, whether you're a father, whether you're a wife, whether you're a husband, or whatever. It's very important for you to learn how to use those words, I am sorry, especially when it's required of you. Now, when you don't use the words I'm sorry, when you don't show those signs of being remorseful about your deeds or your words, or your miswords, or whatever I'm going to call them, then what effect do you think you're having on your relationships? It's negative. It's very, very negative. So if you're just tuning in, today I'm talking about using your three helpers in any relationship. And the reason why I chose this topic is because I talked about this 2 years ago in 2019, September precisely, and that was the month when I did my first Facebook Live ever. And my first topic was using your three helpers, please, thank you, and I am sorry. And I just thought, you know what, it's been 2 solid years, and it would be a nice time, maybe as an anniversary as well, to reiterate some of the things that we tend to forget in our relationships. And these are the kind of words or behaviors or attitudes that we should always adopt. We should always remind ourselves, and that's why I'm sharing this again today as a gentle reminder to say that we should never forget to do those little seamless, meaningless things in our relationship, because you know what, they go a long way, such a long way that when we practice them, we make our relationships better. We make people around us feel better. People are more willing to do something for us. They are more willing to help us. They are more willing, to be at our beck and call. They are more willing to share in the relationship. But when we don't do it, what we're trying to then do is we're trying to pee people off. allow me to use the word, but it's actually piss people off. So learn how to use those 3 words. Learn how to always say, please, please, can you help me do this? Or thank you. I'm really grateful that you did this for me. And in fact, let me say this right now. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I just want to say thank you for coming on here and listening to a word or 2 from myself. You know, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are really a source of encouragement to me. And I'm just being very honest, coming on here to listen to what I have to say. And some of you always keep telling me you find value in it. I'm really, really grateful, you know. And the third thing is that, you know, we always have to learn how to say, I am sorry. That one I know is big. A lot of people struggle with it big time. They struggle with it big time. But we have to learn how to humble ourselves in our relationships and learn how to use those words, I am sorry. Because the more we use those words, the more we use those kind of attitudes, guess what? Our relationships will blossom. They will be better for you and better for everybody around you. So let me give a big shout out to Christ Ambassadors. I just thank you for tuning in. You're such a sweet and solid sister. Jumoke Loye, oh, bless you. Thank you for your word of advice. Thank you to my darling, my sweet friend as well. Benga Owolabi, I thank you as well for tuning in. Annie Bidayo, listen, girl, you know it's just much love from here. So thank you as well for tuning in. And anyone who I haven't said thank you to, Tolly, London as well. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are well. That's the most important thing, and you're fine. I'm well. I'm good where I am. You know, it's been up and down, but it's been good. And I thank God that, you know, I'm here as well. So thank you all. And I'm saying, do not forget to use your 3 helpers. We might feel that, you know, is the very common, you know, please, thank you, and I'm sorry. I agree. But because they are common, we can overlook using them in our relationships, and we shouldn't. So we should always remember to use our pleases, to use our thank yous, and to always remember to say, I'm sorry, especially when we've gone wrong, either in our words or in our deeds, basically, or maybe in our non-deeds, you know, things that we haven't done, we fail to do them. So until next time, my friends, be well, stay well, and remember, constantly use your 3 helpers. It will take you a long way in your relationships. Take care, stay well, and catch you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bye.